What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to show it to you right now. This is the debut album from the band Flesh Hoarder, entitled Homicidal Necrophile. This is released on Comatose Music. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of San Antonio and San Marcos, Texas. And the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very traditional, gory, lo-fi style of brutal death metal. Yeah. Man, I have been waiting almost 8 years for this album to come out. 7, 8 years for this album to be coming out. And for this to finally be released is something I've been the most excited and the most anticipated for. Because you never forget when you see a band live for the first time and you get that really awesome first impression. That's how I felt when I saw Flesh Hoarder for the first time back in 2011. I believe it was with Pathology with Sean Whitaker on vocals. Of course, you know Sean Whitaker from Insidious Decrepancy, Viral Load, etc. This was their debut show, and it featured a who's who of people from bands who had done their work and time in involvement in a lot of really awesome Texas-based bands. Disfigured, Exulcerate, Scattered Remains, just to name a few. And upon hearing their music, their live stage presence, I was hooked and sold immediately. I was very, very impressed with what I heard and what and it gave me a lot of promises to what to look forward to. And then going on to 2012, we got the very first taste of what they would sound like as far as studio stuff is concerned with their Infatuation with Menstruation demo. So fucking sick. I love that fucking demo so much. I still have it to this very day. Seriously killer music, killer riffs, killer drums, killer breakdown parts, sick guttural vocals, pretty much everything you would want and hope for in a TXDM style release. That's what Flesh Hoarder brought to the table, and ever since then, this band has been consistently hardworking in putting in great live shows, playing a whole bunch of shows, not only across Texas, but around the country. I know that they are recently doing the whole Las Vegas Death Fest thing, so big ups to them for always getting these big opportunities to play fests like that. But yeah, this debut full length has been long overdue. I anticipate a lot of Texas death metal bands releases and Texas metal in general, but this is one of the most hyped and anticipated for me personally. And now here we are with the official debut studio full length from Flesh Hoarder entitled Homicidal Necrophile. It's 11 tracks and it clocks in at around 38 minutes in length, and pretty much all the songs that I've been listening to this band play live for years sound as eloquent and as crushing as they do in the studio and as how they do it live. But some of the newer songs that are included on here are pretty damn solid too. But let's get started with the guitar playing. Pretty much what you would expect from people who know how to play Texas death metal. These riffs are so infectious. They are so heavy. The way everything is tuned, the way everything is played, it just feels and sounds right. I mean, hearing the opening intro of Between Life and Death, it sets you up for what's going to be soon to come throughout the majority of this record. But then you get on to hearing songs that you are best accustomed to hearing from a band like Flesh Hoarder, Ejaculating on the Faces of the Aborted, Human Drapery, Necrotic Slut Chunks, of course, Infatuation with Menstruation. The riffs sound so sick. I love the tuning. I love the way everything sounds, everything is, especially when it comes to the more dirtier breakdown, slam, whatever parts. It just really, really sounds sick. I love this guitar playing. It just sounds badass. The bass work on here sounds fantastic too. Definitely audible and clear in this mix. Very well done and executed. It sounds awesome. Definitely a nice akin to the heavy and low-tuned sort of guitar playing that's going on here. The drum work is sick. I love Renee's snare. It has a great pop and feeling to it. It sounds awesome. I love the blast beats. I love the fills. I love the... Pretty much it feels like a natural sort of drum performance. You don't get one of those drum performances that sounds too overly polished and clean and over the top. This feels dirty. This feels nasty. I absolutely love this drum performance a lot, and it definitely holds your pace and attention, especially when it comes to the aforementioned breakdown parts like on Necrotic Slut Chunks and Infatuation with Menstruation. It just sounds fucking rowdy. The same type of feeling you get when you see them live, you'll get that same feeling when you listen to this CD. And when it comes to the vocals, I fucking love Nick's vocals. He is a very, very sturdy and reliable sort of vocalist. He definitely knows how to deliver the goods. He has that variation, that timing, that charisma. It's just all there. I love his guttural vocals. I love his mid-range to high screams. He definitely can do both of those things. Hearing those two sort of vocal styles layered together sounds really, really badass. Going to the songs that I know Flesh Hoarder best for, like Human Drapery, Necrotic Slut Chunks, Infatuation with Menstruation. He does some seriously killer vocal work on those songs. But as far as the newer songs are concerned, songs like Counterweight Suicide, Tortured Beyond the Grave, really, really sick stuff. Really great vocal work, really well thought out lyrical detail. It's pretty much as the standard for Texas brutal death metal lyrics. It's gory, it's over the top, it's horror theatrics, but that's the kind of rowdiness you're gonna get out of a Flesh Hoarder release, and I think it really sounds badass. So overall, this is easily one of my favorite brutal death metal releases of 2018. Easily one of my favorites of 2018 in general so far. I've been waiting so long for this album to come out, and finally it's out, and I think it definitely needs to be heard by anybody that's into Texas death metal or brutal death metal or death metal in general. Flesh Hoarder are here. They are here to stay, and I am excited for what's going to come from next. Hopefully things won't take too long for another full length. So if I had to think of any personal favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say Ritualistic Rape Victims, Ejaculating on the Faces of the Aborted, Human Drapery, Infatuation with Menstruation, and Counterweight Suicide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you some links in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will leave you a link to the Comatose Music Bandcamp page where you can listen to this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy of being purchased or not. You can stream it, buy it digitally, and it is available physically as a CD. There you see this, of course, typical great work done by Comatose Music. You get lyrics, additional artwork, and I like the little hint and detail of this artwork here. You have the band member names on the tombstones. That's one of the things that I can point out easily about this artwork is the band members' names are etched on the tombstones drawn on here. Kind of a symbolic sort of thing going on here, but I fucking love that. And Comatose usually will also have the merch deals. You can get the CD with a t-shirt and all that other stuff. Definitely catch them live if you're in Texas or if you're anywhere else. Definitely keep an eye as to what happens with Flesh Hoarder next. So again, the album is Homicidal Necrophile by Flesh Hoarder. This is released on Comatose Music. Go and buy this. And for a score, I'm going to give this a very solid 9 out of 10. Definitely one of the best brutal death metal records to come out in 2018 this year, and I'm looking forward to hearing what Flesh Hoarder does next. So if you happen to have heard this album, definitely let me know what you think about it and how you feel about it, or any of you guys into Flesh Hoarder, definitely let me know. I'm going to include this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. Until next time, Army Help out.